hidden weapons in Ninjutsu. Can you find all the hidden weapons on me? Can you see any hidden weapons on me? Of course, if you're from the back, you can see one, or maybe one from the side here. Now I got a knife just in my hand here. You can, if you're cross-armed and you're standing like this, you can't really see the weapon. I have it right here, reverse grip, or if I have a front grip here, can't see the weapon in my hand right here. All right, look, I got this right here. Now you can see that's pretty, but if it was black or stuffed fully in, or a smaller blade, that would be pretty hidden. Okay, I got, this is popped out now. So it's, here. Put that down. We do have a paracord bracelet, which is obviously something you could see. Why is it a weapon? It acts as a rope. Okay, it acts as a you can deflect. You know, you can do this and deflect. Careful, you're gonna rip your skin. But deflecting, wrapping around arms. You know, whip it to the face. Maybe you can catch an eye, or you can make them blink, and then boom, come in for a choke. Come in for a choke this way. Grab the wrists, pull them off balance, kick and take out knees, and then distract as you pull them in. It can help you get out of zip ties and duct tape. We have the shawl, or this not a shawl, a scarf. So this also acts as a rope or a belt. So we have the rope. So with this, it's a longer. You can really slap into the face and the eyes. Again, just a distraction. If they blink, if they react, that gives you a couple seconds to come in and choke straight on. Come in, choke, throw a knee. Come in, choke. If that doesn't work, throw an elbow, and then go around, choke from the back or from the front this way, or from the side here. Pull them off balance, choke, knee. Okay. Distract somebody else. And again, using it around strikes or punches or non-sharp weapons coming at you. You can deflect and maybe wrap around the wrist, pull them off balance, and then move in for chokes and other stuff. This is all black, so this was just in my belt, all black kunai. So again, if this was actual real kunai, it's sharp. You can use it as a knife, a blade, a blunt tool for face and soft tissues and stuff like that with the edge. With the end, I can use it as a throwing knife or a throwing distraction. Throwing knives and throwing spikes and throwing stars were kind of just more of a distraction than they were that I had the jute. So I just grabbed this as a random weapon to throw in. Since the jute has a little arm on it, it can go right around your belt. And so this could be, you know, but yeah, jute, a nice metal blunt object for blunt force trauma, blocking, parrying. Okay, use just like a stick or a long knife or a small sword, or just yeah, again, blunt object. And then of course it's got the hook on there, so if they got things you can use as a shield, and you could helps to take away if you're in a real samurai sword fight, then you know you got it up and you can catch the blade and turn the blade and maybe even break the blade, turn the blade, disarm, or at least turn the blade and get out of there, or turn the blade, let go, and blunt objects, or smash the hand so they can't even hold a sword. And I think the last one is here. I have just another idea, the same thing as a rope. So we got the scarf as a rope. This is a rope, the paracord is a rope. I can even take my martial arts belt off. You know, someone comes into the studio and they want trouble. They're looking for trouble. You got your belt on. You take the gi top off and use it as a shirt, or as a yeah. And so, anyways, you got the rope. If you do for some reason have a rope around or find it, that stings the face and the eyes. Go at their face, distract. Again, just a distraction. Even if they do this and block it, or they do that with their eyes, or their boom, and you go in underneath you go in and you catch their nose, you go in and they catch their chin, or you go in straight into their throat. And then you can go in and choke from the front this way, or go from the front, wrap it around, choke this way, throw a knee. Maybe you loosen up and you go throw some elbows and underneath the chin, and then you tighten it up again. So practice both directions here. That was a little wonky. So here, or here. Oh. All right. Again, blocking and deflecting strikes or blunt weapons coming at you. A whipping to the eyes, which is very difficult to do, obviously. So if it's a weighted chain or a weighted belt, and you got sharp objects, try to come down onto the wrist of the sharp object, their fingers, really hard, and try to keep them away from you, and swinging it across the face and down onto the hands. And then maybe they even go away. If they don't, then you're going to have to kind of set this down or put it away from them and try to do something with that. Try to subdue them a different way. Oh yeah. And so if you just have your pocket knife, that's just a pocket knife. You can use that as a blunt object to the face, neck, throat, ribs, groin. Come across the face with it with a hard plastic or metal of the knife. And then of course, practice one-handed, opening the blade with one hand, and even closing it with one hand as well. Carefully taking it out, drawing the knife, having it blunt, and then opening the blade and using it to stab, to defend yourself.